baby, I like it raw. Yeah, baby, I like it raw. Oh, baby, I like it raw.
I think it was, Thursdays when I taught my class. Thursday, I couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. I was so upset. I was so angry. And I was really, really just angry at what took place, how people were taking sides, how people were making this black girl be a criminal.
Right.
In a school. And what really saddened me was that no one helped her.
Yeah.
And that I couldn't help her. And that made me feel, I really was going through an existential crisis Thursday. I really felt heavy, and I started questioning our ideas of freedom, because in the last 3-4 years, we see black bodies brutalized all the time, every day, and we can't do anything about it. And I'm just wondering, like, how is that different from Reconstruction or the civil rights or even slavery? Like, I'm not equating all of these things, right? We're in a different place. But during slavery, we could see black bodies brutalized and couldn't do anything. During Reconstruction, the same thing. During the civil rights movement, the same thing. Right now, we see it, and we can't do anything. And now we see it on video.
Now we see it happening on video. And that is, like you said, the thing that, one of many things that hurt me is just sitting there watching this. I've watched it several times.
Oh God, me too.
And haven't wanted to, but there's been different conversations about it that I feel like I have to read, and the video will be there and I'll watch it. And I try to watch it now with a kind of, try to watch it in a different way. But you watch it, no one's doing anything. The girl isn't doing anything. I don't care what anybody has said about what she has done or what she was hitting him. She is a girl, she's a minor, and he is an adult, and he treats her like an animal.
And sidebar, white people and animals, if he had done that to a dog, oh Lord, they would have been outside picketing. If he had done that to an animal, there would have been nothing. Right. Nothing. Listen, he would have been fired Monday night.
He would have been fired.
And
arrested.
House bombed.
What else?
Everything. But people were just trying to find a way to figure out, like, what did she do to deserve this?
Right.
Like, maybe if she just listened.
Pissed me off. Like, oh, we don't know both sides yet. We don't know the whole story. I'm just like, really, you need to know something else besides the fact that she's a girl in school and you saw everything that happened. Just that there is even a conversation about it where I don't even, there's the conversation. I don't watch CNN. I don't watch, but I know that there was, Don Lemon and, going back and forth. And I'm just like, why is there going back and forth about anything?
If we could do a trade, can I trade Don Lemon and Raven Simone for Tim Wise? I mean, I know white people don't want Tim Wise. So I'm saying, y'all want Don Lemon and Raven Simone. So can we do a trade? I'll give you 2 for 1. Because, look, white people, I'll even give you, what is her name? Dolezal?
Rachel Dole.
I'll give you her back. It's 3 for 1. Because those 3 fools, and probably Rachel.
I don't even want to hear what Raven
probably,
Simone had to say. I was just
I'm good. Oh, Raven, that's
I'm good.
Raven. When I saw that video, here's what I knew. That black male teacher, he did not have a relationship with that girl. Mm-hmm. That black male AP, he did not have a relationship with that girl. And that white male officer did not have a relationship with that girl. And what we tend to do as educators is we are about power. And we demand it. And we have to get to a place where we command it, not demand it. And we get that way through relationships.
I mean, not to harp on it, but we have seen so many videos. Sandra Bland,
that's exactly what I thought of.
Watching this happen, and we can all, after the fact, after she's dead, after somebody is choked to death in the street, after it, talk about. Let me not even talk about Trayvon Martin.
Well, I feel like Trayvon was maybe the start.
It was.
Oh, no. Fruitvale Station, my dude from Fruitvale Station out on the West Coast, but maybe for the East Coast.
Yeah.
Like Trayvon was the start, and Trayvon didn't have a video. Right? But I was even thinking about this video with this young girl at Spring Valley and how everybody's like, oh, it's not enough information. But that video, that short video of Mike Brown in the store was enough information to say, all right, that's why he's dead.
Right.
Because look what he did. Look, he's a horrible human being. Right. And so it just gets to a place where I don't know. I don't know. Have you seen this? Because this made me actually feel better. Because he articulated exactly what it is.
And they say what most of you black males are thinking, but you're afraid to say it. You need to fire this guy immediately. That was my daughter. She is my daughter. She don't have to belong to me biologically. That officer being fired will be the least of his worries. We are sick and tired of black women being abused. You can say it's not racism all you want to, but this is going on all across this country every day. You can say it's not racism. You can say it's the student, but that student, as I understand, comes from a foster family. She didn't have a father like me who would have been out there that day to deal with that situation in the most savage kind. You do not touch nobody's child, whether they're white or black, in that manner. I wouldn't put my hands on a white child and throw her across the room, slam her on the floor. Her father would have every right to come and take my life if he chooses to do so. And as a father, you put your hands on mine like that. You won't have to worry about him being fired, because I will put some fire to his behind. So you guys, you are responsible for these people. Sheriff Locke, you are responsible for these people. I have no fear, none whatsoever of you, of the sheriff or any other officer, because that officer is a particular overseer. Now, I'm not a violent, crazy man. I don't have a record. But I will not tolerate this kind of insanity coming from no man touching a child in that manner. So South Carolina, you're doing yourselves well across the world. You killed 9 people in Charleston. You shoot the young brother on Broad River Road for going to get his license and registration. And now you're beating up young girls in school. And you are thinking about firing him? He should have been gone that day. Why is he still working? So you want more men like me who are feeling like me to get this rage up in them to deal with this ourselves? Is that what you're forcing us to do?
Mr. Conway, threats are not appropriate.
I'm not threatening. That's not a threat. I'm asking you a question. I'm asking you want more men who have this kind of feeling to be built up in them like this for treating our children like that. If you want that, you're going to get that. It's up to you to stop that. You can stop it. So it's up to you. I'm asking you that question. It's up to you and you and you and you to stop it, not me. Because this is a reaction to equal and opposite action. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments, Mr. Conway.
You see white people, soon as black people get angry, no threats.
No threats.
Bring it down.
No threats.
You know, here's my theory.
Wow.
Here's my theory. Here's my theory.
Wow.
Here's my
The
theory. Here's my
insane
theory.
For this guy to throw this chick around like a rag doll, like that is not a threat.
Here's my theory. Here's my theory. Deep down, white people are so afraid that one day black people will be like, you know what? Y'all have really, 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 really done us so dirty that we're going to come back and do to you what you have done to us. And a white comedian says that. I think it's George Carlin or the one with the red hair. He says that.
Louis.
Yeah.
Yep.
He says that.
Yeah.
He says deep down, we're just like, they're going to get mad. They're going to realize that.
He was just like, oh, we're fucked. Like, white people have felt like this ever since they took black people out of Africa. They have felt like they have to, we're gonna like brutalize you before y'all can get to us. But it's coming to the point now where, I mean, just watching this, the guys is rationally upset. I would be angry. I'm angry just watching it.
I'm angry.
And this man is, oh, sir.
Threats.
We don't,
we don't do threats here.
Really?
What? I mean, he said, I ain't threatening you. I'm asking you a question because this rage in my soul. He said, you don't want any other of us to deal with this because we got this rage building up. And I said, oh, black man, because that was my thing too, for me about the Spring Valley thing. I was just waiting because a black girl stood up for her, Naya.
Yeah.
Right? And then the kids. I'm not mad at the kids. I'm disappointed in us that our kids could be so apathetic or so afraid. I mean, I was waiting for a black man to stand up and just be. Thursday I was feeling like, Dad, who's protecting her? Who's protecting me? Who's protecting us? Oh my God!
Yeah.
Well, what's happening?
Every time, who is protecting?
I guess
who is protecting us?
Could you imagine if it was a black officer and a white student in South Carolina?
To me, before that happened, it looked like a regular old high school situation.
One of the male students said she was on her phone. The teacher said, "Give me your phone." She said, "I'm sorry," and put it away, and continued to say sorry to everyone that came in. It was like, I put it away. And I, as a person who deals with relationships in schools, right? I said, one, no one had a relationship with her, and two, what would have happened if all three of these stupid ass men would have just left her alone and waited until the bell rang for her to get up and then ask to speak to her? Like, what would have happened if the teacher, that black male teacher whose son, I want you. If that black male teacher would have just said, all right, I'm going to deal with you later. If the black male assistant principal would have just said, all right, I'm going to deal with you later. If the white officer would have just said, we'll wait until the bell ring, right? But no, it's about this idea of power and teenagers and little kids and black people. So you black and you a kid, you a teenager, you supposed to obey me. Once you obey me, then maybe you will be safe. When did our kids start to be our enemies? Because listen, for me, the first thing is that black male teacher and that black male AP didn't know how to speak to a black girl.
Right.
That's my first thing. Like, I'm not even going to go white and black there, right? Because we have this dynamics in teaching where the kids must obey you. You demand it. And you're afraid of them at the same time. Which one? Stop it, right? And then you have this white male officer comes in. So, say I acted a fool. Because let me tell you, I'm no angel. I have gotten into it with students. Let's keep it real. I'm no angel. But let's say you get the officer in. And the officer's trying to get her. You mean to tell me when he tries to pick her up by her neck, something in your gut don't say, hold up, time, wait a minute, officer,
I couldn't be in that class. It's like, here's the crazy thing. If I was in that class as a student, I would have been up. But it's just like, this is a man who's supposed to be protecting students, protecting the students in this building. So what the heck?
Here's my question. Protecting them from what? I needed him. After I saw him, as a black woman, I just felt like, okay, finally, a black man is standing up saying, nah. I just needed that. Because I feel like black women always stand up. You know, Naya, the 18-year-old that stood up, like, we always stand up. We always stand up. And I needed a black man to say, no, nope. And I remember just feeling, I wrote to my big sister, I wrote her this long letter, and I said, if I feel helpless, it just hit me. Can you imagine what black men must feel like?
I can't imagine it because I'm saying they are public enemy number 1 24/7, and I know this. There is no situation in which they can be present and feel like nothing can ever happen to me. I'm safe here. There's no safety.
And then, if they can't even secure their own bodies, how do they secure their women or their children? Oh, Lordy jeez, this is so news TV.
What has changed?
Oh, that's what I said. That's what I said.
I mean, for this man to say what he said, you could tell it was coming from just straight rawness. I'm like, oh, this makes total sense to me. White people watch it and all they see is just like, oh shit, oh shit. Like, let me,
Violence is not the answer. Violence is not the answer. But why y'all keep on being so violent towards us then? Jesus, it's not the answer. If it's not the answer, then why are you so violent? And then get mad when we get violent.
Oh, baby, I like it raw.